Hi, I'm DaNae Couch, Miss Texas 2012, and I'm here with the Pageant Planet. I was crowned Miss Texas in July 2012. Over my year of service, I traveled over 30,000 miles and made over 310 appearances across the state. When I look back on my year of service, there are certainly moments that I will always remember, but more importantly, there are people that I met across my travels that I will never forget. One of the unique duties of Miss Texas is the opportunity to travel to several different county fairs and rodeos across the state. And one of the things that you get to do is take pictures with some unique animals. The most memorable of all of these trips was traveling out to Sweetwater, Texas to the world's largest rattlesnake roundup and braving the snake pit for my very own picture with a rattlesnake. Another memory that's very special to me is going out to the Chicken Fried Steak Festival in La Mesa and being able to ride in my very first hot air balloon ride. Although these memories certainly stand out, one of the best opportunities I had during my year of Miss Texas was being able to promote my personal platform, Hope for Family Recovery, Life Beyond Addiction. This message had a near and dear place in my heart, and I was so looking forward to the opportunities that being Miss Texas presented. I had the unique advantage of having a legal education and being able to talk to judges and lawyers who work in the drug court community arena and suggest ways that family members of alcoholics and addicts can find recovery for themselves. Another aspect of my personal platform was going to speak at 65 different school districts across the state. Being able to talk to kids was definitely one of the coolest parts of my job because kids will certainly keep you on your toes. And I loved having the ability to encourage them to stay drug-free and to always reach their dreams. One of the things that I'm always asked is what was it like to compete at the Miss America pageant? When I boarded the plane to go to Las Vegas in January 2013, it all felt very surreal. But when I got there, I was greeted by 52 of the most intelligent, most beautiful, and most servant-minded women that I have ever met. I'm so fortunate to call these girls not only my Miss America classmates, but also my sisters. Now, another thing that people always want to know is, how did you pick your evening gown for a national competition? Well, I had 6 months to get ready for Miss America, so I definitely exhausted all of my resources and tried on tons of different gowns to make sure I picked the very best one. One that I ultimately wore on the Miss America stage. I was very fortunate to have McDougal show me his spring 2013 line and to do a color modification on the gown that I ultimately wore. My gown was a fully beaded one-sleeve spring 2013 McDougal collection that was nude with a little twist of ice blue. One of the things that we did that I thought really made it unique was cut out the back and cut in part of the side so it was nude shearing, and I thought that it just looked beautiful on stage. McDougal also made my walk-on gown, which was a red liquid beaded halter gown that was so form-fitted, and I thought it just looked like old Hollywood glamour. Thank you so much, McDougal, for making me look Miss America ready. One of the main reasons that I decided to compete in the Miss America program was because I learned that it was the world's largest scholarship provider for young women. I had always wanted to go to law school and to become an attorney, and throughout my years of competing in Miss Texas and Miss America, I was able to make that dream a reality. In May, I'll be able to graduate from law school completely debt-free, and I am forever indebted to the Miss Texas and Miss America organizations for making that dream a reality. Over the years, I've tried a lot of different types of workouts, but one thing is for sure, if you don't have a workout routine that's challenging and fun, it's hard to stay motivated to go to the gym. Some of my favorite classes include Zumba because everyone likes to dance, and a new class that I've tried and really enjoyed is Pageant, a high-intensity version of Pilates and yoga that is guaranteed to get your heart pumping. Although it's really easy to go to the gym and hit the cardio machines, it's important for every girl to incorporate a really good weightlifting routine into their workout schedule so they can achieve the long, lean pageant look that we've all come to know and love. Not only is working out important, but it's easy to have some healthy meals that are also tasty, because nobody likes to eat boring food. One of my favorite go-to meals is chicken kebabs because it's really easy to get a lot of protein and veggies all in one shot. It's super easy to prepare. Just cut your chicken up into cubes and your veggies at approximately the same size and put them on the grill for a meal that's guaranteed to be healthy and delicious. One of my favorite parts about the Pageant Planet website and Facebook page is all of the helpful tips they have on every different phase of competition. I know when I first started competing, looking at the different phases of competition and trying to figure out what the judges were expecting me to do was a little bit overwhelming. I would definitely encourage every single new contestant and veteran of the pageant scene to check out this wonderful resource and to find a lot of valuable information that you could use in your next competition. Now it's time to play hit or miss, but I want to remind every contestant out there who's trying to select an evening gown for their next competition that the most important rule in selecting a gown is that you feel confident in it. Remember, there's always going to be someone who has a little bit different taste or maybe doesn't like your choice of gown, but if you feel confident in it, then when you walk on the stage, you will own it and it's sure to be a hit. The first gown I'm looking at is a sweetheart neck red evening gown with a crystal encrusted belt and high slit. If you're going for a simple look at your next pageant, I think this gown is a definite hit. The jewels on the waist really emphasize how tiny her waist is, and the high slit really gives her a long and lean physique. I love this gown. The next gown I'm looking at is Allie Nugent, Miss Texas USA. One of the things that I loved when this gown came out is how long this made her body and how small it made her waist. I loved the jewel work because it really emphasized how small her frame was and how great she looked on stage, and she really owned the vibrant color. I think this one was a definite hit. The next gown I'm looking at is Miranda Jones, Miss Florida 2013 at the Miss America pageant. One thing that I really admired about Miranda when she walked out in this gown is that she did it with a knee brace on after injuring herself earlier in the week. For a girl who was wearing flats and a knee brace, she really worked this gown. I absolutely loved the color on her, and I think she really owned it. The next gown I'm looking at is a jersey evening gown with long sleeves and a off-the-shoulder V-neck top. One thing that you really have to be careful about with jersey gowns is to make sure that your tailor really gets the fit flawless, because you don't want to have a stretchy fabric continue to stretch and not show off all of the hard work you've put into making your body the very best that it can be. I think this gown is almost a hit, and if it had a little bit more tailoring, I think that it would be a really stunning gown on stage. The last gown I'm looking at is by the beautiful Miss Brazil. When this gown first came out, the color was what stood out to me immediately. It's a color you don't normally see on stage, and I thought that was a really great choice for Brazil because it made her really stand out amongst a sea of white and gold and cream gowns. This is not something that I would traditionally like to wear myself, but I really admired her for picking something that was really different and something that had beautiful and intricate beadwork and also some really unique details that made her stand out. One of the things you might be wondering is, since I'm no longer Miss Texas, what have I been up to? In August, I went back to finish my last year of law school at Texas Tech University School of Law. I'm happy to report that I'll be able to graduate in May 2014 completely debt-free, thanks in part to the scholarship money I earned through competing in the Miss Texas and Miss America programs. I'm so grateful to all of you who have supported me and encouraged me over the years, and I'm excited to take the skills that I've learned in pageantry to take the next step into the real world.